in 5-4. Mic check, sounds good. That mic's good. This mic's good. We got to go 2 mics, just so you know. All right, cool. So that mic's good. That mic's good. Instagram's ready to go. Got the other phone so I can access Facebook. All right, let's go live in 5-4. How do I want to open this? All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wow. I just want to start off today by saying this. I want to start off today by saying thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you on Clubhouse. Thank you on Instagram. Thank you on Facebook. Thank you on the podcast. Thank you on YouTube. I want to say thank you. Yesterday, many of you posted really kind things about me and the 900th episode of #RiseAndGrind and the effect that #RiseAndGrind has had on you over this journey that we've been on over the last 4 years. So I just want to start today by saying thank you. Means the world to me that you took the time to make those posts. It really does. Means the world to me. And so we're going to dive in. We're in a new series here on #RiseAndGrind. The series is called Independence Day. And obviously we're heading into the 4th of July holiday. We're going to talk about this word independence today and what that really means and looks like for you. But I wanted to start with a very heartfelt thank you. I love you. Let's go. Good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? See, there's no excuse for you not pushing yourself to the next level. In order for you to create a new you must have a new mindset. When teams come together, we can create things that are greater than the sum of all of their parts.
Good morning and welcome to #Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to 1, a father to 8, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Good morning. How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Tuesday. That's right. Today is Tuesday, June 29th, 2021. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Tuesday, June 29th, 2021. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most, of this absolutely incredible day. I want to dive right in, man. I want to share a story with you. It was late July, okay? Late July. We're not quite there yet here, but it was late July in 1992. Crisscross, that song by Crisscross, Jump. Y'all know that song? Crisscross Jump was like blaring on every single radio station, every single minute of every single day. Right? Disney's Aladdin had just come out and blown all of our minds. Robin Williams, like, it was just an incredible movie. So that had recently blown our minds. And my friends and I, we were out rollerblading on this perfect 75-degree summer day. I mean, it was absolutely just a beautiful 75-degree summer day. And, you know, that's what we did a lot as teenagers back in my day, back in the 90s. We spent a lot of time outside. I don't know what these teenagers be doing these days, but we spent a lot of time outside. And so here we were, it's late summer, it's July, we're out rollerblading, and basically, back in those days during the summer, I mean, our parents had jobs, so we just went wherever we wanted to go, right? Like my mom was at work during the day, so that's what she was doing, and my dad was at work during the day, and that's what he was doing. And so we were just kind of like free to basically do whatever we wanted to do throughout the day, right? From the hours of 8 a.m. when mom would go to work till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It was me and my sister, and we were just kind of free to do whatever we wanted. Things were a lot different back in the 90s, that's for sure. And so here we're out rollerblading, we're teenagers, and we literally have like just a couple jobs. Our parents are working real jobs. My job as a teenager was to get good grades, to stay out of trouble, which I sucked at that. I was not good at staying out of trouble. Get good grades, stay out of trouble. And the rules were simple. If you wanted anything, it was ultimately your responsibility to figure it out. Mom and dad provided the essentials. Mom and dad made sure we had roof over our head, that our bellies were full, and that we had a good life. That's what mom and dad made sure that we did. Anything above and beyond, you were going to have to figure that out on your own. Go get a job, go make some money, go make it happen, right? It was your responsibility. And so that was the mindset and belief system that I had at the time. And so here we are in Flagstaff, Arizona, man, beautiful place, sits up at 7,500 feet elevation. I mean, they talk about Denver being the mile high city and people can't breathe in Denver. This is half a mile higher than that, right? Flagstaff, Arizona, snows 6 months out of the year. You can almost always see snow over on the mountaintops. It's just a beautiful, beautiful place. So here we are. It's a beautiful summer day, 75 degrees. We're out rollerblading, and I'm with my friend James and my friend Brett. I just said Brett. It's Brent. Brent and James. And my friend James is a pro when it comes to rollerblading. And I am a pro when it comes to rollerblading. Like, I'm not being cocky. I'm just saying. I am qualified, as Darian would say. I'm not cocky. I am qualified when it comes to the world of skating. I can skate. Our friend Brent was not a pro. Brent really couldn't skate at all. He was not a good skater in any way, shape, or form. And James and I were trying to teach him. And so we decided the best way to teach him was we were going to skate all over the town. Like, I don't know if you're old enough or not, if you can kind of remember being a kid. Things were a lot different for us back in the 90s. Those of us that were kids and teenagers in the 90s, the world was just a different place. And maybe it just felt safer. Maybe we didn't know all the things that were going on in the world. I don't know. All I know is, we could run. And we would run. Drop it in the comments if you ran. And you know what I even mean by when I say we ran, right? Like, we were out and about. So here we were, and we're skating all over the town. We're skating literally all over the town. Flagstaff's about 7 miles across, city limits to city limits. We're skating anywhere and everywhere that we can skate. We're skating all over the town. We're shredding curves, right? Shredding curves, and we're trying out new tricks, and we're not even really sure where we're going, or even if we're going anywhere. All we know is that we're free. We were free of worry. We were free of financial burdens. We were free of unnecessary time constraints. We were just free. School was out. The parents are at work. We got our skates, and we're skating all over town, right? And now there's this place in Flagstaff. If you go up over, there's a hill called Cedar Hill. It's a big hill. You go up over Cedar Hill, and then you go down through the district where the hospital is. And when you get down to the other side of the hospital, there's this incredibly steep hill, right? I mean, incredibly steep, ridiculously steep hill. Makes no sense. But it's an incredibly steep asphalt hill that takes you down to the road that ultimately takes you up to the Snowball Ski Resort and so on and so forth. So there's this steep hill, and on the side of the steep hill is some not as steep but fairly steep hills that are part of a neighborhood. So I want you to picture one hill super steep going straight down, and then you got a couple basically U-shaped roads that are connecting houses along down the side of this hill. So we approach this hill, right? And Brent's like scared to death of this hill, which makes sense. I get it, right? It's a big old steep hill. He doesn't know how to skate. And so we're like, well, we'll take the U's, we'll loop through the neighborhoods so it won't be as steep and it won't be as scary, right? So we do. So we go down, we take the first loop, we loop around, and as we're coming down the loop, it's still fairly steep. And so James and I are doing a traditional little side step, right? So you turn your skate sideways, you step one, step two, step one, step two, then you let yourself roll for just a little bit, and then you slow yourself down, step one, step two, step one, step two, let yourself roll a little bit, then you slow yourself down. So you're controlling your speed on your descent down this hill. So we showed that to Brent. Brent, step one, step two, keep it sideways, let yourself roll a little bit, slow down. So we're moving and shaking. Brent's scared to death. We get down to the bottom of the hill, right? Me and James are at the bottom of the hill. Brent's still like halfway up the hill, if not more than that, very timid, very scared. James, of course, is like, come on, bro, we ain't got all day. Not that we had got anywhere to go or have to be anywhere in any way, shape, or form. But he's like, come on, bro, we ain't got all day, because James is not very patient when it comes to things like that. And so Brent starts to pick up a little speed on his way down the hill. Now, keep in mind, the big steep hill connects to the semi-steep hill that we're on. The big steep hill has people barreling down it at 50, 60 miles an hour. And the side little hill, you know, it's a neighborhood, so it's a little bit slower on the side, but people are barreling down this big old hill. So Brent starts picking up pace. And this poor kid just starts going faster and faster and faster. And I'm like, oh, Lord, there ain't no way he's going to be able to stop. So I'm at the bottom of the hill, and I'm looking, and I can see up the road. Why does it say that? I can see up the road. Like, I can see the cars coming at 50 miles an hour, and then I can look back over, and I can see him coming at seemingly 50 miles an hour, and I'm looking left and I'm looking right and I'm looking at him and I'm looking at the road, I'm looking at him and I'm looking at the road. Is there going to be a gap? Is he going to be able to slide through? What's going to happen, right? And as I look, all of a sudden I see this trash truck come over the top of the hill. Oh, Lord. Big old massive trash truck. And I look at him, and I look at the trash truck, and I look at him, and I'm realizing these two are going to collide. Guaranteed. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Either he's going to smack into the side of it, or he's going to get ran over by it. And so I'm like, I only got one thing to do. I got to position myself in the way and try to tackle this kid that's barreling down at me at seemingly 50 miles an hour on his rollerblades, right? Just imagine a bunch of teenagers out. So he's barreling down. The trash truck's barreling down the other side. And as he comes, he gets close. I arm tackle that guy right around his waist. And he whips me around because he's flying so fast. We both kind of land on the ground. He falls and stretches out. I've still got his arms. His legs go out into the road. And right as he comes to a stop, literally right as he comes to a stop, that trash truck, boom, misses his legs by like 2 inches. Missed his legs by like 2 inches. Oh my gosh. It was unbelievable and so terrifying. So scary. I thought dude was dead, right? So scary. But that's what independence looks like, right? Independence is fun and carefree and innocent. And we had a ton of independence as kids back in the 90s. But it was also very dangerous. In this week's series here on hashtag Rise and Grind, we're going to talk about this word independence. We're going to dive into what independence really means and what it looks like, and also talk about the truth of the matter that with independence comes danger and how we can avoid some of the things, some of the dangerous aspects of independence that could ultimately take us out. Fair enough. Fair enough. Before we dive in too far, though, you know what we got to do on this show. Before we go too far, we got to dance, my friends. Come on. Come on. We got to dance, my friends. I hope I didn't trigger any of the parents out there with their kids. I hope I didn't. Listen, we got to do some dancing. All right. We got to get the body moving. We got to get the blood flowing. For those of you on Instagram, you can't hear right now, but we're playing the Rise and Grind song by Tony with the Keys. You're welcome to go download it. Hashtag Rise and Grind by Tony with the Keys. For those of you that are here on Facebook and Clubhouse, let's go. An object in motion tends to stay in motion, like my boy barreling down that hill. An object at rest tends to stay at rest. So we need to get rocking and rolling. All right. If you're working out, work out a little bit harder. If you're running, run a little bit faster. Get that heart rate up. Get that blood pumping. Let's go. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, whether you're listening on the podcast, maybe you're over here on Clubhouse, wherever you're at, connect with me. Give me a little bit good morning. I'll give you a good morning back. Fair enough? Fair enough. Good morning, Michael Huey. Great to see you. What's up, Jeff Baker? I see Michael Guthrie is here this morning. Great to see you, Mr. Guthrie. What's up, Denise Perry Corliss? Who else we got up in here? We've got Sean Weatherby is in the house. Soul Salcido is up in here this morning. On Instagram, I got my man Ryan Manion's up in here. Eileen Mitnick is up in here as well. We've got Champ Cap is up in here. We've got IFBB Pro. We've got Sherilyn Harry. We've got Sophia Nichols, Bernita Dale. I see you over there on Insta. I see Beth Lucchese and Bruce Miller and Marilyn Wilkin and John Coltonborn, Rodney Rock Hatfield, Beth Lucchese. What's up, Wendy Reeves? Great to see you. I see Tracy Colleen. I see Carol K. And of course, I see my girl Liza Myers Borges, Scott Simons, Barbara Majeski, William Tong. What's up, Alpha 6? We've got Dora Maria is in the house. Dr. Janie, Dr. Sean Shapiro, Dr. Rowe, Amanda. And we've got Rob in America's Supermom. We've got Treva and Megan and G.I. and Nathaniel and Core and Monica and Sharon. My man Nate is on the poker tables in Vegas doing it up. We've got Mallory and Marzia and Renee and Chris. We've got Douglas and Debbie and TM and Patricia and Evan and Justin and Solana and Reverend Max. We've got Marilyn Wilkin and Robert and Joy and Tom and Coach and Alec. Oh my gosh, it's packed. El Michelle in the house. Lolita's in the house. Tony Gonzalez is in the house. Dr. Stephanie is in the house. Monica, Vicky, Gloria, Riza, Angel, Tony Mo, my man Dustin and Tim and Tosh, Alec and Cleodana. Wow. It is packed this morning virtually. I hope that it will be packed in New York City, July 29th and 30th, IRL. In real life, Justin Conoco, in real life. I hope that you guys will join me in New York City. Go to labsummit.com, labsummit.com, and you can get your tickets to join me at the digital marketing event of the year. We're also going to have a massive party. I just want you to come to New York City, and I'm going to hug your neck, and you hug my neck. It's going to be absolutely incredible. All right? labsummit.com. Go get your tickets. Meet me in New York. It's going to be freaking fire. Fair enough? Fair enough. All right, let's wrap up today's episode of hashtag Rise and Grind. So I opened up my hashtag Rise and Grind planner this morning, as I do every single day. I opened up my hashtag Rise and Grind planner, and at the very top of the planner, there's always a quote that is submitted by an actual Rise and Grind member. It's one of my favorite parts about the planner. And so today's quote was submitted by Kim Hatfield. And so Kim Hatfield submitted her favorite quote. Hi, Barbara Majeski. Great to see you on Facebook. So her quote is, if people are doubling, yeah, that's right. If people are doubting, hold on, let me clear this smudge off the table so I can read that. All right. If people are doubting how far you can go so far that you can't hear them anymore. You know, as soon as I read that, I thought it is truly amazing how much of an influence other people can be in our lives, right? It truly is amazing to me how deeply other people can impact how we feel about ourselves. And so as soon as I read that, I thought, man, imagine what it would be like if we could do that, right? If you could really like stretch it out, just stretch out that space. Right? Drown out the naysayers. Drown out those that don't believe in you. Drown out those that make you feel small or make you feel less than. To be able to just drown them out completely and just focus on your seed. Focus on your truth. Focus on the greatness that exists inside of you. If you could just drown out all of the other influences in our lives and ultimately become our own internal influencer. What would that life look like for you, Annette? What would that life look like for you, Hendricks, Susan Hendricks? What would that life look like for you, Lawrence Thompson? If ultimately you could stretch that gap far enough to where you became your own internal influencer. Outside influence couldn't mess with you, Billy Sherm. Those that tried to bring you down couldn't affect you at all, Wes Storm. Now, as I thought about that, I thought, wow, that's independence, right? That's real independence when we have a belief in ourselves that all things are possible. When we understand the benefits and we have beneficial disciplines in our lives to move us forward. When we have this truly like strong worth ethic that is internally motivated, not externally motivated. That's independence. When you're your own internal influencer. You know, Betty Ford put it this way. Betty Ford says, I have an independent streak. You know, it's kind of hard to tell an independent woman what to do. Right? I have an independent streak. What if you had an independent streak? You see, our forefathers, they had an independent streak. Now, in order to understand what that really means, you have to understand the definition of the word independence. So let me define that for you. Independence means the state or quality of being independent. Freedom from dependence. Exemption from reliance on or control by others. Self-subsistence or maintenance. Direction of one's own affairs without interference. You see, independence, internal independence, independence allows you to become an internal influencer without interference from anything on the outside. Our forefathers understood this, and they fought for independence. Our ancestors, many, many millions of our ancestors, they died for it. They died for our freedoms and independence. There are billions of people that chase after it. They're chasing independence. They're chasing their freedoms. They're tracing their opportunities and abilities to be the best versions of themselves that they can possibly be. And really, if you think about it, ultimately, independence, becoming your own internal influencer, is the holy grail. Like, independence as a whole is the holy grail. I believe it's the thing that we all seek. I believe it's the thing that we all chase. I believe it's the thing that you can tie to all things, right? Like financial independence. When I say those words, how does that make you feel? I want you to just think about it for just a second. What would your life look like if you were financially free? If you never had to worry or be concerned about where the next dollar is going to come from? If you had more than you could possibly spend, more than you could possibly give, you were truly financially free. What would that look like for you? It's the Holy Grail, right? What about emotional independence? Emotional independence, where you have the right and the ability to feel however it is that you want to feel without any discourse or any concern or any worry about how that's going to affect someone else. Well, I don't want to show that I'm sensitive because they might think I'm weak. I don't want to show that I'm sad because then they might get upset at me, right? We control our emotions based on how other people are going to feel. Well, what if you didn't have that? What if you had the freedom and the independence to be your own internal influencer, not influenced by anything on the outside? That would be the Holy Grail, right? What about spiritual independence? Being able to pray the way you wanted to pray, being able to connect with the spiritual level the way that you wanted to connect, being able to create that pathway to the third dimension, mind, body, spirit, independently without outside influence or thought, internally motivated. That would be the Holy Grail, right? That would be the Holy Grail. Now, each of these things would be amazing. Financial independence is amazing. Emotional independence is amazing. Spiritual independence is amazing. And they're each amazing in their own right, in their own way. But nevertheless, just like that hill that brick came barreling down, they each can be dangerous. You see, millions of men and women have died fighting for what they believe in. It's dangerous. Sharing your emotions always puts you in a vulnerable position. It's dangerous. It's dangerous when you show anger. It's dangerous when you show frustration. It can be dangerous when you show love. Your belief system and the things that you believe in can potentially be ostracizing. It can cause you to lose loved ones, disconnect with loved ones. There are people over thousands of years that have been killed over their religious beliefs, their spiritual connections. You see, independence is dangerous. But I want you to hear me on this. There's absolutely nothing more freeing. Nothing more freeing than allowing yourself to operate in your true and authentic and divine seed. You see, independence on all forms is not an outside job. It's an inside job. All the work is done in the 6 inches that exist from one ear to the other. From your financial independence to your emotional independence to your spiritual independence, all of those freedoms will be found internally, not externally. Now, just in case you're in the back of the room and you didn't quite hear what I said, I want to say that one more time. All of the things that you seek, the holy grails that you seek, the work must be done internally, not externally. And see, the reason for that is because you and I are children of God, the God of the universe, the God that made everything. And that God is a creator. And as a creator, as children of creators, we've been given the gift and the ability to create. To be able to create a life of abundance. To be able to create a life of joy. To be able to create a life where we joyfully go out and make an impact in other people's lives. You see, that divine seed that was planted in you with that ability to create is the only thing that can set you free. You will not find it in other people's opinions. You will not find it in objects or things. You will not find it of this earth. You will only truly find your independence from the inside out. So listen, my friends, I want you to know something. If nobody's told you yet today, I want to be the first. I absolutely stinking love you. I do. You're my brother. You're my sister. And as my brother and as my sister, I'm calling you. I'm calling you to this week to seek independence in a different way. To seek your independence from the inside out, not from the inside in. To find who you are authentically and to let that light shine. And yes, I understand that it's dangerous, but there's nothing more freeing. There is nothing more freeing. And I, for one, I need you. I need you to rise. I need you to step into your greatness. I need you to be the absolute best version of yourself you can possibly be. Not an average version, not a little bit above average, not a little bit below, but the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Because when we rise every single day with intention and purpose, and we evolve into the best versions of ourselves that we can possibly be, and we take that and go out and make an impact in other people's lives, that is something we can do together. That is not something you have to do alone. Chase that independence. Find it from the inside out. And let's run together and change the world. Listen, my friends, if you need more videos like this, you can go to GlennLundy.com. That's right. You can go to GlennLundy.com if you need more videos. We're going to go hang out over in Clubhouse and talk about this a little bit more. So if you want, you can join us over in Clubhouse. We're going to hang out over there. We'll talk about it a little bit more there. Or you can just come back here again tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We're going to do this all over again on hashtag Rise and Grind. Go out there. Have an incredible day. I'll see you in the morning. Let's go. Okay.
Good morning. On my feet before the sunrise. Stepped into my greatness, feeling powerful and energized. Thankful to be alive. Hashtag blessed. Write my mission, vision, values, and my gratitude list. I'm building up momentum. I'm making good decisions. I rise, I grind, I get it. Ain't no doubt that I'm committed. Cause who really loses if I don't win? Can't cheat the grind, only get what you put in. So I'm mastering my mentals. I'm focused on my physical. I'm developing spiritually and manifesting miracles. I'm gonna get it.